subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss any update.
Hello everyone. So let us discuss and analyze the quantitative ability section which appeared today in IBPS PO prelims exam SHIFT-1. So you may have seen the question paper here and there in many blocks, right? You must have seen many kind of analysis about cutoff and all, right? People start doing the analysis and cutoff immediately, right? The first thing is that do not focus too much on cutoff thing, right? Here I'm bringing you with the right kind of analysis. I will not only be telling you, how many questions were easy, moderate and difficult, but rather I will be taking some actual question which appeared in the paper to give you a fair idea that how you should attempt the paper, right? Those who are done with the paper, I must say that you should not waste much time now in, over analyzing the things. Yes, definitely you must look at the analysis and all to get to know that where you went wrong, right? So that you can correct the things in the remaining days before mains exam. But those who are yet to give the paper, just see the analysis once to understand that there is nothing to worry about, right? The paper was on very easy lines. It was not difficult. The only thing is that you need to keep things simple, right? If you can keep things simple, there is no difficulty, right? If you listen to too many people, yes, definitely, some will say it is very easy, some will say it is going to be very tough. I'm bringing the rational analysis for you. Just go through it. So, just major classification of the overview of the entire paper was that approximation, simplification, approximation questions were 5 in numbers, and I must say, right, that the questions were very easy. Second, number series questions, right, it were very easy, but what happens sometimes in the exam, right, that you may not get logic of 1 or 2 questions immediately. Sometimes it happens, right? Be patient. I tell you, the logic which are coming in the paper are on very easy lines. You can easily crack it. But also if you are getting stuck in any of the series questions, right, I must say that you do not waste time because much easier questions are lying ahead, right? So move immediately. You can put mark for review and you come to that question later on in the second time. DI was 12 questions in SHIFT-1, 1 question based on the line chart, 1 question based on the tables. Even I will show you the sample questions. I have brought it here. So do not watch this lesson completely, I must say, right? Then you will get the complete perspective. Then these areas: average, profit loss, discount, CISI, ratio, proportion, ages, time and work, board stream, and miscellaneous questions were there. Question based on train was also there in the paper. So what my analysis is that the paper is not difficult, but in any question, right, where you have to devote around 20 to 25 minutes on quant section, right, you will definitely find that you are not going to attempt all the 35 questions, right? If you want to do things with accuracy, right, you can never attempt 35 questions, right? Because if you attempt 35 questions in quant, what will happen to the next sections, right? So whenever you have 20 to 25 minutes to give to the quant, right, definitely you cannot solve all the questions. That thing should be there in the mind. I tell you, there are enough easy questions in the paper. Easy, very simple ideas are there, right? If you pick the right questions and solve them, I must tell you, you're not going to have any problem in this particular section at all. But what you will do if you start doing questions from 1, 2, 3, 4 and you are doing the question in that way only, there will be a problem. Pick up the right question and solve, right? So do not take more than 10 seconds in any question that you are not going to solve. I mean, just take 10 seconds and decide I'm going to do it or not, right? If you're not getting the logic, move to the next question immediately, right? Because that is the thing that you need to follow. In this kind of paper where time will run like anything, you will go to the paper and will feel like the time is over immediately, right? So even if you get stuck in one particular question, right, ultimately you can waste a lot of time and you can miss out a lot of sitters, easy questions which are going to lie ahead. Now let me take you further, and 13 questions were there from this area. And I must tell you, if you're going to give around 20 to 25 minutes, right, anyone, depending on, what kind of preparation you have done, right? But what I feel, according to me, if anyone devotes around 20 minutes, right, you can do around 18 questions, right? If you're going to devote little more time, you can do even more questions. It depends. But when I say that, even I say more than 20 questions, that is dependent on how you calculate. Someone having good addition and subtraction skill, I saw that in entire paper, right, your calculation skill definitely is mattering a lot, right? If you're having good addition and subtraction skill, right, I tell you, your attempts are going to be 25% more than anyone else. and maybe sometimes 30 to 35% more, right? So good calculation skill, having, fluency in doing addition, subtraction, and simple division and multiplication easily, right, is something which is going to be a great skill that you will be having, addition to, additional skill that you're going to have over others, right? Now let me move and do some simple questions here. And the only thing that I'm going to tell to all students who are going to give exam tomorrow, right, that is on 8th, and those who are going to give it on 14th and 15th, right, the thing is that, you analyze the paper. Even you do not go by my words that I'm saying right now that you do these many questions. No, you have to do the questions according to your preparation and with your accuracy. Doing 25 questions, 20 plus questions and doing so much wrong, it is not going to help you at all, right? You need to be correct. In quant means 100% accuracy, right? You should not mark a single question where you are 30% sure, 40 or 50 or 70% sure. No, quant means 100% accuracy. So when you are 100% sure only, then you are going to mark the question, otherwise not, right? So what I say simply is that do not go tomorrow and you are going to attempt sir has said I will attempt 25 questions. That is not the way you have to attempt a 20 question, right? It's go by your own speed. That's why I'm going to discuss the paper, right? So that you decide what was the paper. Was it easy? Was it difficult? What was, moderate or tough? I'm not saying anything. I am just going to show you the questions, right? Let's go to the question number 1 now. This was a number series question. There were 5 questions based on number series, right? And if you look at the first question, which is 17, 98, 26, 89 to 35, you can clearly see that, right? The numbers is first increasing, then there is a decrease, increase, decrease, right? That is what the things are happening. You are not going to find any multiplication series directly over here. 70 times 5 if you take, right? Direct multiplication series you are not going to find. So what you should do, you should actually try out the difference first. You look at this particular difference, right, clearly. And this particular difference is going to be 81. Number is increasing, right? Next difference, you clearly see how much difference you are going to find. You are going to find a difference that is 72 but with the negative sign. Then you go and find the next difference. You are going to get 63 with the plus sign. You go and find the next difference and you are going to get 54 with a minus sign. Obviously, next difference is going to be a plus. But how much, that's what I need to find out. You can clearly see this number is 9 into 9. Every number is multiple of 9. This particular number is minus 9 into 8, 9 into 7, 9 into 6 with a minus sign. And this particular number will be 9 into 5 with a plus sign. And 45 plus 35 is going to be 80. Easy question, right? Very simple idea. Take the difference and you are going to find multiple of 9. And that multiple of 9 that you are going to get, you have to find what this number will be, and that you can easily find out. Moving to the next number series questions now. Which is 7, 4.5, 5.5, 12, 49, right? You can clearly see that in this particular number, what is happening, that the first number decreased, then what is happening, a continuous increase is taking place, right? And if you look at these two numbers, right, clearly it is giving me one clear idea. You look at the bigger numbers first. Here, you are getting an idea that it is number is clearly looking like 4 times and plus 1, something like that, right? That you can easily figure out from here, right? You can clearly see this particular number now, and you will find that, okay, this particular number is, what you are going to do, you are multiplying by 2 and plus 1. That's how you are going to get 12 easily. So what is happening here? You multiplied by 4, then plus 1, multiplied by 2 plus 1, right? I think you should not have any problem in identifying the pattern now, that this particular thing is multiplied by 1 plus 1, right? If you want to check, you can go back and check further here also that if it is correct or not. 4, 2, 1, it will be 0.5, right? So 7 into 0.5 plus 1. I think the next number is going to be very easy for you. It will be multiplied by 8 plus 1. Is it difficult for you? No. And what is the product? 392 plus 1, 393. That's what the answer is. So easy. Now let us discuss this particular question, right? 2, 17, 89, 359, 1079. How to do it, right? Look at the bigger numbers. If you look at these two bigger numbers, right? 359 and 1079, right? You can easily identify the pattern, right? That it is looking clearly roughly 3 times. If you take 3 times, you are going to get 1077 plus 2, right? You may be thinking how I'm doing so quickly, right? Because I can multiply numbers very quickly. This is so simple multiplication. But still, if you're not too much comfortable, there is no problem, right? It's 350 times 3, 1050, 9 times 3, 27, 1077 plus 2, 1079. That's what the pattern I could easily get from here, right? Now you go back and think about these two numbers. It clearly looks me 4 times. So if it looks 4 times to me, I can clearly sense it out that if I take 4 times, I'm going to get 356. But then I need to do plus 3, right? I look at this number, I need to do 5 times plus 4. And you clearly see here it is 2 times 6 plus 5. Now you need to write everything on piece of paper. No, even I must say that the series can be done orally if you're having good addition, subtraction and multiplication skills, right? You can do it orally. Multiply the pattern, multiplied by 3 plus 2, multiplied by 4 plus 3, multiplied by 5 plus 4, multiplied by 6 plus 5, right? And you know what you're going to do next. It will be simply multiplied by 2 plus 1. And do you have any confusion what will be the multiplication? If you just take double of the number, right, it will be 2058 plus 1. So answer will be 2059, and that is the final answer that you can easily write and move further. Sorry, 2159, right? So you can simply say that it is going to be 1079 multiplied by 2 plus 1, right? 1079 multiplied by 2 plus 1, what will be the number? 2158 plus 1, 2159. That is the final answer. Let's move further. The next question is 3240, 540, 108, 27, 4.5. Such an easy question, right? You will never get like these questions. And if they're there, right, they're giving a gift. 27 times 4, clearly, right, is going to be 108. 108 times 5 is 540. And 540 times 6 is 3240. I think you should not have any confusion that what you need to do next. This particular number will be 3 times. And you can verify it. It will be 2 times from here, and the number is going to be 9 then. So easy question, right? A straightforward, easiest question that you got in the paper. Now look at this particular question. This is 3, 5, 15. It looks like 3 times, but that is not the pattern, right? Because 45 times 3 is not 113, right? Getting it, that is not following that pattern. That means this particular thing is not right. Now you have to think something different, right? And what that different thing can be is that let's check out the difference then. You are going to get this difference to be 2, 10, 30, and then you will look for this particular difference that will be 68. How I'm subtracting so faster? Because I subtract using addition, right? I'm doing like that. I'm going 45 plus 8. I'm doing like that. I have to find a difference like this. So I'm just going to 53 first, that is plus 8. Then I'm going 60 to reach 113, and that's how I easily wrote 68 without any problem. Now once you look at these numbers 2, 10, 30, this is a very well-known pattern. 2, 10, 30, 68. It is 1 cube plus 1. It is 2 cube plus 2. It is 3 cube plus 3, right? And do not write everything on the paper, right? Once you identify the pattern, try to do things mentally, because that helps in getting the answer a little faster. So it will be 4 cube plus 4. It will be 5 cube plus 5. That is 130. 125 plus 5, 130. And that's how you can easily write that this particular gap will be 243, nothing else. So easy. Now coming to the approximation simplification question, right? This particular question requires nothing but is knowledge of simple BODMAS, that you need to first carry out the division, then subtraction, right? And for doing the division, right, it's so simple. It will be converted into 345 after approximating by 23. 23 times 10 is 230. This is 230 plus 115. That means 10 times plus 5 times. Overall, you will get this division, right? I'm dividing by how much? I'm not dividing directly, but rather multiplying it. You can do even the division directly. That is not my problem, right? But I have trained myself to divide even through multiplication in that way. But I think 23 times 10, 230 plus, 115 is nothing but half of that. So that's why 15. Now you can clearly see you are having number 53 minus 15, and the difference will be equal to 38. And you want to know 2 into how much? So you should not have any confusion that it will be 2 into 19. Easily a doable question in the paper. Now this is like that, square root on each numbers, and this is multiplication. So this is the parenthesis, we need to resolve it. Before that, you can easily see that the number will be 81. Square root of 81 will be 9. Square root of 25 will be 5. Square root of 121 you can write, because I'm going to approximate simply, right? 121, it will be 11. It will be square root of 16 giving me 4. So it will be 4 into 15. 4 into 15 will be how much? No confusion should be there, right? It's 9 minus 5 plus 11 plus 4. 15 into 4 will be 60. So easy. Moving to the next question, it is 3099.985 divided by 62.001, 14, like that, right? So simple. Let's see how you can do it very easily. First, this number can be written as clearly 3100, very closer to 3100, divided by 62, and then something plus 14 is given, right? Now you need to do the division, right? And you can clearly see 31 is half of the 62, right? So clearly what will happen, that this particular division will give me 50, right? Plus 14, 64, and root of 64 is 8. That's the answer. So simple, right? You can do the questions, these questions are happening even in seconds, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, you can easily do it. The only thing is that even you do not need to raise the pen if you can identify it, right? So even if you're having the habit of writing things on the paper immediately, right, I must say little wait, right? Clearly you can see it is 3100, 62, half of that, it will be 50 times, and then 14, 64, and then square root is going to be 8. Look at the number that is given over here. This is 111.91 into 51, 14.02, right? It is approximated to 14. Now you look at this particular number, right? It is approximately 112, and 14 times 112, 14 times 8 is 112. So ultimately you are getting 8 times 51, right? And that they are saying is equal to 11 plus how much? Is it a difficult question now? You can do it simply orally. That is, you are going to get 408 minus 11. That is going to be 397, right? Isn't it easy? Yes. Let's move further. This particular question, 184.002 minus 29 by 5 divided. Now look at this particular number. This particular number is coming out to be 30, right? This particular number is coming out to be 30. So immediately, right, you look at this particular division that you need to carry out. Do not directly divide it, because ultimately then you need to multiply by 30. So why not to bring 30 inside? If you bring 30 inside, this 5 will divide 30. Getting or not? So that means you are going to get 6 directly, right? So what is the number you are going to get? You are going to get 184 times 30 minus you are going to get 29 times 6. I think no one should have any problem in thinking that way. Am I doing anything which is anyway complex? Am I doing anything which is anything magical? No, I'm leaving it to you now, that you decide that was it a difficult idea given in the paper? Was it a difficult idea? No, right? It's simply, right, even the approximations were very easy, and you need to know just simple BODMAS to do it, right? The only thing is that you can waste lot of your time in this part. That's why I keep on telling students in my class, right, you need to work on your simple division and addition. If you master your 2-digit and 2-digit addition, 2-digit and 2-digit subtraction, 2-digit and 2-digit multiplication, right, I can tell you can crack exams very easily. You will be faster than others while doing the calculations. Getting my point or not? So let me take you to the next question then. Okay, we have ended 10 questions in no time. Now let's go to the question which came from the ages area. Let's read out the question and solve it. It presents sum of the age of 4 persons A, B, C and D is 74 years. 7 years hence means 7 years later. Ratio of the ages will be 7, 6, 5, 8. Now no need to raise the pen to get the answer, I tell you. No need to raise the pen. While I ended reading the question, I can say your answer is 13. But anyways, I'll tell you how quickly I did it. You know that if you go 7 years hence, all 4 will have increase in age equal to 7 years. So that means total age will increase by 7 times 4, 28. Then you can clearly see 74 plus 28. If you are going to get what you'll get, you are going to get 104, right? Now you sum it out, sum of parts. That means at this stage when the ratio is 7, 6, 5, 8, 7 years hence, the sum of the ages is 108 years. I'm sorry. Let me come back. Sorry, 104 years. 104 years. Once you get 104 years, what is left in the question? Nothing. Sum of the ages is 104. So sum it out. 7, 3, 13, 18, 26. So 26 parts correspond to 104. So one part will correspond to 4. Now what? This 5 into 4 will be 20 years. Right? That means this is the age at this point of time, 7 years hence. If I want to know the present age of C, that will be 7 years lesser. What does it mean? 7 years lesser means it is going to be 13 years. I can easily write 20 minus 7, that is 13 years, and that's the final answer. Moving to the next question now. A takes 24 days to complete a work. Number of days taken by A to complete 1/3 of the work is equal to number of days taken by B to complete half the work. Do you know what? When you read this statement, right, you can easily write the efficiency ratio of A and B is nothing but 2:3. Because in certain amount of time, if you assume that your work is 6 units, if your work is 6 units, A has done 2 units of the work, B has done 3 units of the work in the same amount of time. That means it is simply efficiency ratio 2:3. Then what else has been given? That alone A complete the work in 24 days, right? If A alone complete the work in 24 days, if I assume the efficiency to be 2, A's efficiency is 2, the total work unit will be 48 units. Simply 2 times 24, 24 number of days, 2 units per day. If I'm assuming it 2 units per day, 48 units work. Now, if both are going to work together, right, the combined efficiency will be 5. And how much work is to be done? 48 units. So combined efficiency is 5 and work to be done is 48 units. Definitely how much time is required? That many days, right? That many days will be required, and then only product will be 48 units. Easily you can do and mark the answer, right? Even in this question, you need not to raise the pen if you are having clarity that how you can write efficiency ratio. Next question. Marked price of an article is rupees 1600 more than its cost price. Wonderful. If discount of rupees 500 is given, the profit obtained will be 25%. Then find the selling price for 30% profit. Indeed, a very easy question, right? But the only way is that you can make it difficult by assuming variables. You know what they are saying simply? Do you know what? When you read it, they are simply telling you this. And they are telling you the cost price is 4400. They just want to know what will be 130% then. मुश्किल है आपके लिए, right? मुश्किल है आपके लिए, right? I think it's so easy. But the only is that who is going to write this? Simply, right? Look at here. Mark price is 1600 more than cost price. 500 discount is being given means what? Selling price will be 1100 more than cost price. That means 1100 is the profit. So 1100 is the profit, which is equivalent to 25% of the cost price. So cost price become equal to how much? 4400. Then what they are saying that if your selling price is means you want to know the selling price when the profit percent will be equal to 30%. Is it difficult for you? I think you should not have any problem in writing it. This is going to be you need to just add plus 1320 because 30% you need to calculate, right? So you can clearly see that 1% will be 44. So 3% will be 132. 30% will be 1320 and the final answer will be 5720. That you can mark orally. Again, I'm saying the only thing is that are you going to keep things simple or not? Keep things simple or not? If you don't keep it simple, then definitely things will look difficult. But if you keep it simple, right, people will be doing this question using variables, then CP is X, then MRP will be 1600 plus X. ऐसे नहीं होता है सवाल, right? So simple idea, 1600 more, 500 less, that means 1100 more, 1100 is the profit amount, which is 25%. That is done question. Now 3-digit number, let's read the question. A 3-digit number having 10th place is 3. 10th place, 3-digit number means if I write this place is 3. The sum of the digits at 100th place and unit place is 14. That means they are saying whatever digit will be here and whatever digit will be here, sum is going to be 14. Wonderful. Then what they are saying, the number found by reversing the digits of original number is 396. Alright, more than the original number. You have to find the original number. It's such a simple question, I tell you. The only thing is that if you read and get worried, चिंता का कोई इलाज नहीं है. But if you read and just do it, some simple things you can easily do it. First thing in this question is option checking will work handsomely. Because two conditions are there. One condition that this sum is going to be 14 and then the reverse digit should be 396 more than the original number, right? That is something which is extremely important. But anyways, let's do it. I'm not using the options here because I don't know the options that they give. But still, I tell you, when options will be there, this question can be done orally, right? Pick some options and mark it like that. But anyways, let's try it out. While I read it out completely, I even calculated many things. The answer is going to be 539, right? I'll tell you how you can do it. First thing you understand when you take any number in this form, 3-digit number, right? And you reverse the digits and you take the difference. You take the difference, right? The difference is always multiple of 99, right? Like if you have a 2-digit number X and Y and you reverse it, you take the difference, the number obtained, the difference will be multiple of 9 always. But here if you look at the number X, 3-digit number also you are going to take, then the difference will be multiple of 99. And why this is going to happen, let me tell you. Suppose I assume the number X3Y. The reverse number will be Y3X, right? Y3X. Now the middle number, if you remember in earlier classes when you were a small child, you must have been taught about the place value. You look at the middle number, right? Place value will not change. So who is going to decide the overall value? If you write the place value, only the first and last digits. But the only difference that will come with respect to 2 digits here, that this particular place is now 100th place. So it will be 100x plus y. If I want to write the number, considering the difference, actually it will be 100x plus y. I'm forgetting about this because when I'm going to take the difference, the middle place value is not changing because it is at the same place. So it's not going to have any impact at all. Now what I'm going to do, the reverse digit that I'm going to get is 100y, plus x. You take the difference, you are going to get 99 here, y minus x, and you are going to get y minus x here. That's what I'm saying. You are get 100 into y minus x if you take the difference, and minus y minus x. That means you are going to get 99y minus x. That's what you get easily. And from here, what you can get, this particular difference has been given as 396. So you will get y minus x to be equal to 4. Y plus x is already given. That is given to be 14. So if y plus x is given to be 14, you can easily calculate the value of y is 9 and the value of x is 5. So what is the original number? Original number easily can be obtained to be 539, right? That should not take any time. The other thing is that, now someone who is good in number crunching, right, they easily get the idea immediately and get the answer. For example, if you assume a number, right, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. So the reverse number will be ending in 321, right? The difference cannot be definitely, you cannot get any number that is going to get a difference of 396 because you are looking for a difference of closer to 400, right? When you can get that particular difference, right? When the numbers are having a space of at least plus 4, then only you can have that particular thing happening. And that will also help you out in getting the answer, rejecting some of the option that will be given in the paper. And also sum should be 14. You are looking for a sum to be 14, right? And you are looking for a difference to be 4, then only that can happen. So, jo aap aise nikalo, what you are solving using these equations, right? You can do it orally by your logic, your common sense. To get a difference of 400 approximately, when you reverse it, you would be believing that this difference should be 4. Otherwise, how you are going to get it? Because these two digits, this place value is same. You call it 31, 32, 35, 36. क्या matter करता है? कुछ नहीं. तो फर्क तो यहीं से आने वाला है ना? Because you are looking for a difference closer to 400. So this difference should be 4. You got the answer, right? That's how the logic work, right? People will give you the answer which may be looking so bulky like this, y minus x and all. But the logic always prevail over anything else. Concepts are, in different, category like that. I can explain you like that. But when it comes to logic, right, it is something which works everywhere. It's all about how simply you can think. Getting my point or not? To get a difference of 400, you will be definitely looking for, these digits which are going to get a difference of 4. And sum is going to be 14. Is there anything left in the question? People will get solved through this question. So what I categorize this particular question is easy if anyone is having the logic. If you have the logical brain, this is the easiest question in the paper. Read it and mark. Now let's read this question. Sum of lengths of two trains is 660 meters. Speed ratio is given to be 5:8. And the time taken by trains to cross an electric pole is in the ratio 4:3, right? So speed ratio given and then time ratio is given, right? So you can easily multiply them to get the distance ratio or the length ratio. Anyways, I'll explain what I'm thinking. So 5:6 is what I'm going to get to be the length ratio. But anyways, I'll explain what I have done here. Now what I'm saying is that sum of length of the trains is given. Speed ratio is given, right? Speed is, that. And second most important thing is the electric pole. If any train crosses any electric pole, it covers a length equal to its own length in crossing that pole, right? So simply we are saying that if it is crossing a pole, electric pole simply means, it is covering its own length to cross it. So what I'm simply saying that it is given that the time taken to cross pole is 4:3 and the speed is 5:8. And you all know that speed into time is equal to distance. So distance ratio will be nothing but length ratio. So 5, 4, 20, 8, 3, 24. 20:24 you can easily write to be 5:6. You got the ratio. What is the ratio? Length ratio. And you also know that the sum of length is 660. So if you say that 5 plus 6, that is 11 part, is given to be 660. The difference which will be 1 part, it will be how much? 60. Because you are looking for the difference in the length of the trains. That will be nothing but 6 minus 5, 1 part, and 1 part corresponds to 60. And that's the answer, 60 meters. You can do it so easily. Now let's read out this question. There are 4 consecutive even integers. The sum of reciprocals of first two numbers is 11/60. Then find the reciprocal of second largest number in the series. I mean, there are 4 consecutive even numbers, right? So consecutive even numbers you can write to be 2x, 2y, 2z, 2w, right? What they're saying is that sum of their reciprocals You can think of what will be sum of their reciprocal. It will be 1 by 2x plus 1 by 2y, or you can say it will be 2xy and x plus y, or what is given here 11 by 60. Do some number crunching, right? Break these numbers in a way that you know that this particular number, you do not frame equations, right? Equation na banane lagna that x plus y correspond to 11, xy is 30, so x minus y nikal rahe ho aap from the formula, x minus y is equal to whole square. Don't waste your time, right? Just do some number crunching, right? You can easily see that is 5 plus 6. This is 2 times 5 into 6. Satisfying the values, that means what? X is 5 and y is 6. Then what will be this? 10. Once you get the first number right, don't waste your time, right? Consecutive numbers, even numbers, right? 10, 12. When you got the x, you got the least number. Consecutive even numbers. Move further. 14 and 16. Second largest number will be 14. 1 by 14 is the answer for this particular question. Not difficult, right? So do not think that this is any complex question. It's so easy question, right? And I'm doing this question without options, right? Do you know what? If option would have been there, you know, in many of the question, you know, nothing is required. Look at the options and, you know, from there you can get the idea and get the answer very easily. Alright, now only these questions, right, I could get from the students. So I took only those questions. But don't worry, if you clearly see, we have done 16 questions of the paper completely without any problem. I did not find even a single question which is involving any complex idea. It's straightforward. If you keep it simple, you can simple thinking and high scoring will happen in the paper, right? But if you make things complex, you think too much, there will be a problem. If you are having the habit of dealing with too much variables, then there is a problem. But if you can think simply, you can put up your logic over there, you be calm in the paper, be patient, you know, there's not going to be any problem and you're going to score very high marks. Now coming to the DI, and the set was sent to me by the student, and he actually did not write anything except Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and this chart, right? And A and B. So I definitely, you know, and I got some questions also that he sent to me. So according to that, I try to frame a similar question. It is not the exact question in terms of the language of the question, but it is same graph, right? That's what he has confirmed. So, and days were given and this something is given. So I'm just representing it. There's a number of employees present in company A and B from Monday to Friday. And yes, this is a set of 6 questions. That means there were 6 questions from this line chart. If you read, the data is so simple, right? This line chart is looking so beautiful because of the numbers are so simple. That is the first thing which is, going to be giving you, little goosebumps, right? Be happy. So simple data set is given. Now let's read out the questions. Total number of employees working in company A and B combined on Thursday is how much % more than total number of employees working in company A and B combined on Tuesday. So you have to compare Tuesday with Thursday. So what is the Thursday? This is 112 is the Thursday, and what is Tuesday, right? Tuesday is 96. So you have to find 112 is how much % more than 96, and clearly it is 14 more, right? So you can clearly write it is going to be 14 by 96. And then you can simplify out and try to find out what will be the percentage that you are going to get. Alright, what I'm trying to simply say is that the question that were asked were based on percentage change, were based on simple ratios, were based on simple average. So it was not difficult, but only thing is that even in a paper you cannot solve every question because of time limitations. But you should not worry, the paper difficulty level, don't worry about that. Be confident and approach the paper. You're not going to find anything difficult over there, but rather you have to select the right question. Do not get stuck into any question. Do not invest too much time in any particular question, right? So both DIs that came today, right? People are saying that they're calculative, right? But I did not find them to be calculative. But the only thing is that when time limit is there, you can devote maximum 25 minutes to quant paper, not beyond that, right? So in that sense, you cannot solve all 35. Pick up the right question and do it, right? Let me move further. The second question was similar to this, that for company B, ratio of number of employees working on Saturday and Friday be 8:7. Company B with the orange color. So Saturday to Friday 8:7. So if 7 correspond to 56, on Saturday 8 will correspond to how much? 64. That means for Saturday, that data is not given, but some ratio is given, so you can calculate it. Find average number of employees working on Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. in company B, for company B. You can do it orally right now. You know Saturday now. Now you just look for Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. You can do it easily without any problem. Going next. For company B, ratio of number of employees working on Saturday and Friday is given. I think this is the same question. Sorry. Okay, so there were 6 similar questions, based on this line chart, which was involving little calculation. But I tell you, not every question was so calculative, right? And even if it was involving calculation, the calculation was not that damn difficult. If option is given, right, it was easy to even reject some options and easily figure it out that what can be the possible right answer. The second DI set that came was based on tables, simple tables, set of 6 questions again, and look at the data and smile, right? 4 classes were given, total number of students in each class were given, and look at the percentage. Isn't it simple, right? Even the data, if I ask you any value, you can answer mentally. I'm asking 12% of it. Will you feel any problem? You should feel happy. 10% is 25. Then 1%, 2.5, 2% is 5. So 30, right? Or simply 12 into 2.5, giving you 30. So anything that is written over here, even in terms of percentage, these are percentage values, right? But are they difficult? They are so simple. Then there were follow-up questions that were there. Around 6 questions were there, but they were again very easy. What I'm simply saying you not to panic. I've shown you a glimpse of we did 16 questions from arithmetic and simplification, approximation, number series. Then I shown you around the idea for the DI questions. So it almost sums up around 12 plus 16, 28 questions of the paper. Remaining 7 questions I could not get what they were. What I say simply is that be calm, be patient, don't worry, keep your thinking very simple, right? The idea that is coming in the paper is not about trying to remember some formula and solve it. Based on simple logic, if you can apply that simple logic, you can think simply. I think your problem solving skill is going to be faster. Those who are having exam tomorrow, not to panic, be calm and go and give it happily. Be happy and give the paper. It is not difficult paper, right? Simply, don't get stuck to any question. Immediately take a call that you are going to do it or you are going to do it in the next round. But if you ask me what you should definitely attempt in the paper, number series, approximation, DI, if you are not so comfortable, right, do not pick both DIs, but at least one set will be very easy. I tell you, damn easy. Maybe one set involves a little more calculation. Pick which set is easy for you and start doing that. So number series, approximation and DI questions, right? If you do it even, that 5 questions from this area, 5 questions from this area, and there will be 6. If you do this, you can clearly see 16 questions done even from these area only. Second DI is again there, comfortable, do it. And also in DI, right, do not get emotionally attached to any particular question. There are 6 questions, right? Suppose you are not having problem in doing 4, fine, move to the next question. Do not waste time, right? Do not waste time in any particular question that you are taking too much time, being very emotional, because you won't be able to look at even the questions that are lying ahead from arithmetic and miscellaneous areas, right? Even those questions I shown you, they were so easy questions with simple ideas, right? The only thing is that stay happy and blessed, right? So thank you all for watching this analysis. Hope it will help you, and do write the missing question that I could not get. If you can post anyway, those who have given the paper, if you can post even those questions, I will definitely provide the solution for the same in very smart way, right? Thank you all. Share it to the maximum people so that they all can get benefited, and any unnecessary fear that they may be having, right, they can get over it. And saying again, stay happy and blessed, and just enjoy your day. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.